'Twas a previous episode and database, Ranger.
Do I exist?
Found the events of his life growing stranger.
I gotta work on finding another job.
He needs a new job, but what will he choose?
Knife salesman and Christmas elf.
Find out next on Database Ranger's Power Review.
Greetings, Ranger fans, and welcome to Power Reviews. Oh, sorry about the hat there. I just got back from my latest job as one of Santa's helpers.
Didn't you just leave an hour ago?
Well, it was a short shift.
You got fired, didn't you? What was it this time?
I just got into a minor disagreement with a customer.
About?
He just had some interesting opinions about what the best season of Power Rangers was.
How old was this customer?
I don't see how that's relevant. But his kindergarten teacher may have taught the rest of the class a few new words.
Impressive.
With all due respect, Doctor, you're the last one who should be talking about how best to interact with children.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Spandex.
I think I'll go have some eggnog.
Sounds like a good idea. Anywho, happy holidays, everyone! Today we've got a great treat for you. For the first time, we'll be reviewing a brand new episode of Power Rangers within a week of its first airing. As many of you may know, 2 weeks ago, Super Samurai aired its season finale, Samurai Forever. But despite being the chronological conclusion, that wasn't the last episode. Both Samurai and Super Samurai have each been comprised of 20 core episodes for their primary chronology, each supplemented by a pair of holiday specials. For Halloween, we had both Party Monsters and Trickster Treat. And for Christmas, we've now had Christmas Together, Friends Forever, and the episode we'll be reviewing today. Now, to provide a bit of perspective, let's take a quick look at how last year's special went. Doctor?
Fine. The Rangers decorated for Christmas. Bulkmeyer attempted to provide his nephew with the gift of a motorcycle. Ranger Yellow wrote a letter to her sister. Everyone's minds were inexplicably temporally displaced, resulting in a bizarrely jovial narration of the events of prior episodes, while everyone involved seemed to be ignorant of their situation. Ritualistic gift exchange, and a hallucinatory pursuit of Santa Claus on the mysteriously flight-capable motorbike. I'm not sure I understand this holiday.
Thank you, Doctor, and I just want to let you know, in the spirit of the holidays, that all is forgiven regarding the incident during the Broken Dreams review.
You mean?
Is today yesterday? Yes.
And?
No, Mr. Hartford. Not a robot.
Yes, that too. In fact, as a sign of goodwill, I want you to have this pillow.
Why?
Because I found the last of your sedatives.
I'm going to regret this, aren't I? Oh.
And now we're even. Oh, don't worry, she'll just be out for a few minutes. Now let's take a look at the Power Rangers Super Samurai Holiday Special, Stuck on Christmas. We begin at a snow-covered Shiba house, where G is getting out the decorations to start trimming the tree, while the Rangers run through a non-snow-covered quarry, looking for a totally different Nylock. They morph to take him on, just in time for the same bizarre mishmash of first and second season opening credits that we got in Trickster Treat. Seriously, if you're gonna do a custom credit sequence, why not just toss Santa in there? It'd be way more relevant than the random inclusion of Shark Attack mode, which is totally underused, by the way. The Rangers continue their battle with the green and red Nylock. Oh, I get it! It's because he's a Christmas monster. What's his Christmassy name? Really? Well, it looks like Gret has hit a nerve with Mike, who refuses to let him ruin Christmas, taking him down with a bare-handed blade block and a forest vortex attack, before finishing him off with a big bad beetle cannon strike.
Merry Christmas! Hold the eggnog, Mike.
Good advice.
Red goes Mega, and the Rangers summon the Battle Wing Megazord.
Time to knock the sugar plums out of this guy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is supposed to be a kid's show. Let's tone down the language a little bit. They finish him off with a flying slash, thrilled to have destroyed the threat just in time for Christmas Eve. That was quick. So that's the end of our episode. Oh, right, I forgot. We're only 5 minutes in. In the midst of their celebration, the power suddenly goes out, trapping them inside the Megazord. It looks like Red somehow managed to short-circuit their power supply, and it will take a while for Kevin to effect repairs, because he apparently knows how to do that.
I wish Antonio was here.
Yeah, where is he again? Whoa, never mind. It looks like he's been summoned by the ghost of Christmas past, as we flash back to the birth of the Clawzord and Teen Spirit. Jaden reminds Kevin that he's had good ideas as well, including the defeat of Armored Evil in Shell Game, and the formation of the Battlewing Megazord in Jaden's challenge, which apparently somehow makes him a qualified electrician. Back at the Sheba house. Sweet Frosty, I love that sound. G finds Bulk and Spike waiting at the front door with a gift for Mia. His inner Scrooge is tempted to turn them away, but he can't just leave the poor pathetic pair out in the cold, and invites them inside to warm up. The two are still scared though, remembering Emily's stint as their drill sergeant back in A Strange Case of the Munchies, where she proved that diminutive girls with short black hair can still be incredibly intimidating.
You betcha!
In the Megazord, Mike reminds Kevin of how well they learned to work together during a sticky situation, and offers to help out with the repairs, while Mia and Emily recollect how they bonded over their last shopping spree. The girls also remind Mike that the most important thing is that they are all together, queuing up another music interlude, flashing back to scenes of them all having fun together during He Ain't Heavy Metal, He's My Brother, and Trading Places. This segues into Bulk and Spike working together to hang the angel on top of the tree, reminding them of how they saved that stray cat during something fishy.
I told you that cat was relevant!
Anywho, G commends them on their heroic efforts, treating them to some delicious Sheba cookies as the two wannabe samurais relate their various exploits. And G reminds them how lucky they all are that the Power Rangers have always been there to save them, defeating the likes of Steelito, Grinotar, Ice-Scar, Rhinus Norris, Splitface, and of course, Tuya. Wow, this series hates the auto industry. The trio gets so caught up talking that G doesn't even notice his Samuraiser, which apparently is set on vibrate for some reason. The Rangers are confused when he doesn't pick up, but assume he's just busy decorating the tree, and hope he isn't too lonely without them.
I don't know how we'd get by without him.
By the way, I love how there's no follow-up flashback to that statement. Curious, G asks how Bulk and Spike first met Mia, and they happily recount the events of runaway Spike.
She helped us when we needed it the most. She introduced us to a young fisherman named Antonio. He gave us a job fishing and we made enough money to pay our rent. Plus, we caught enough food for a month.
And from that point on, he never spoke to or acknowledged them again. Good story. G notices that it's getting late at night, and even the Rangers are starting to nod off. Kevin's still hard at work though, and... Okay, Kevin, if you're getting sweat in your eyes and you want to wipe off your forehead, you might want to remove your helmet first. Just a thought. But after hours of work, he finally gets the cockpit running again, and the Rangers wake up, realizing that it's past midnight now, and Christmas Day is here at last.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Jaden calls up G, who had nodded off in the living room. Happy to hear that they're on their way home, he asks them for a quick favor. That morning, Bulk and Spike wake up and attempt to sneak out quietly, suspecting that the drill sergeant may be returning. G catches them though, and insists they stay for his Christmas surprise.
Drill Sergeant.
It's the Power Rangers, there to thank them for all their hard work helping to save the world. Overjoyed, the two head on home, with Spike dancing a little jig in his spandex tights.
That is not spandex!
Actually, I think it is.
Oh. Okay then.
Bidding them farewell, the Rangers head back inside to celebrate Christmas morning together, as we are treated to the most appropriate ending possible. A clip from a previous clip show.
Merry Christmas to all.
And that's the end of our episode. So what did I think of it? Well, I actually found it pretty enjoyable. if not entirely for the right reasons. The Christmas puns are so laughably cheesy, and the flashback transitions so absurdly contrived that I couldn't help but find it downright hilarious. And the two parallel plot lines definitely helped either story from becoming too stale. But more than anything else, this really works as a solid character episode for Bulk and Spike. For two characters who have been so continually underutilized throughout the series, this really provided a sense of closure to their story arc, more so than any episode in the main chronology. It also really helped to redeem the character of G, whom you already know I have some problems with. Are you evil? Is this how you became Emperor Grum? And although it was a bit odd, I will admit that trapping the Rangers in the Megazord was a decent way to keep them in costume the whole time, since various restrictions prevented the actors from being on location to film. Mega Mode has continually been shown to be linked to the Zords, and it is plausible that a malfunction in the Megazord would lead to them being locked in Ranger form. Overall, this is definitely not an episode to be taken too seriously, and should just be seen for what it is. A harmless and kind-hearted retrospective. Oh, and I will say that that final moment at the Shiva House is probably one of the most heartwarming of the past 2 years. It really feels like a vindication that all their hard work, no matter how misguided, has really had the best of intentions, and deserves to be recognized by the people they've been trying to help. By the way, how are you feeling, Doctor?
Please don't make eye contact with me.
Fair enough. No more tricks. And now that the playing field's been leveled, I think now's a good time to open up your gift.
What are you talking about?
That big one there, behind the tree. That one's for you.
For me? Really?
Yep.
And you expect me to open it?
You have my word, it's entirely safe.
Your word. Well, we'll see what that's worth. How did you...
My other job. I ended up selling a bunch of knives to Stilito. He ended up buying enough to, well...
To fill a butcher shop!
You should know that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't matter. It's Christmas.
But, Database Ranger, you're not even sure if I exist.
That doesn't matter either. Even if you are just a figment of my imagination, I couldn't do this show without you. So, this is my way of saying thanks. Merry Christmas, Kay.
Merry Christmas, DB.
And to all our viewers out there, thank you for all of your support. We couldn't do this show without you either. So in the words of a crusty old clown, have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Quasi Kwanzaa, a terrific Tet, and a solemn Ramadan. And even if you don't celebrate anything at all, just make sure to enjoy the season. And join us next week when we'll be looking at the mid-season finale of Power Rangers Super Samurai, The Master's Return. Until then, farewell Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.